Hi, this is Brasscheck, and this is a special report. Just a little history. In 1997, I watched a blatant, in-your-face election fraud take place in San Francisco. It was for a stadium bond issue. Basically, the proposal was, let's give $100 million to the mafia connected to Barlow family so they can build a new football stadium for the 49ers. Nobody in the city wanted it, and somehow it magically won by 0.1% at the last minute. And both newspapers and all the television thought this was great, and it was a done deal, and no problem. Well, I saw a big problem, and I wrote about it extensively. I did a lot of research, and I discovered that election fraud is actually an epidemic in the United States. There are a lot of ballot boxes that get messed with. And I said in 1997, if we didn't get a handle on this, we were going to have a maniac in the White House someday. And it only took 3 years to get George Bush, and he was put in with election fraud. Now, I don't like Al Gore at all, but he did win that election. And he got paid off, by the way, with his Nobel Prize and, his Academy Award and all the other stuff that he got to go away. But my prediction came true, and it came true a lot faster than even I imagined. In I'm drawing a blank now in all these different years. I guess it was 99. Is that right? Oh, gosh. Well, anyway, whenever it was that whenever Clinton was in, I guess it was 99, started bombing Yugoslavia, started bombing Belgrade, started bombing civilian targets, bridges, schools, hospitals, warehouses, anything he could get his hands on. Wesley Clark, that lying maniac son of a bitch, who always likes to present himself as this level-headed guy, he made the comment, well, if the civilians don't want to get bombed, they should change their government. Look it up. He actually said that. Anyway, I said, if we don't get a handle on this, we're going to be bombing the whole world soon, because this particular military offensive had no legal, moral, ethical justification of any kind. Well, 1999 to 2002, we're in Afghanistan. We're still in Afghanistan. So, again, prediction. Nobody listened to me, by the way. I mean, nobody thought that us bombing Yugoslavia was a big deal. I thought it was horrendous, and now we're reaping what we sowed back then, and we're paying the price. Okay, so here's what I feel we need to pay attention to right now: this ridiculous, insane measles hysteria. Okay, it is a complete fraud. Do some people have measles? Yeah. Is it an epidemic? Not by any stretch of the imagination. Is measles a fatal disease? No, not even close. In fact, I'm looking at something here that says the last time anybody died from measles in the United States, let me look here, was 2003. Is that correct? Let me take a look. Sorry, I don't have my research staff is on break. Yeah, 2003. Okay, so it's 2019. The last time anybody in America died of measles was 2003, and that's obviously a sad event. That person might have been already extremely ill, and all that measles did was push them over the edge. So anyway, this is not an epidemic. This is not dangerous. But what's going on? Okay, localities all over this country are now declaring states of emergency. Okay? This is bad. This is bad with a capital B, all caps. And in Rockland County, New York, which is a county north of New York City, the idiot, whatever he is, county executive, and let me give you his name, Ed Day. I doubt this moron has a high school education. And by the way, I don't think poorly of people that don't have high school educations, by the way. But if you're going to present yourself as an expert on something, you should at least have some kind of an education. He has no education in science, medicine, or anything else. And he has declared, now get this, I hope you're sitting down, and if you're driving, please pull over to the side of the road before you hear this. He has declared a quarantine on all children 18 and under. They are not to leave their homes until further notice. I'm not talking about people that have a disease, a contagious disease. I'm talking about every human being 18 or under it's been decreed they may not go to school, they may not go to church, they may not go to the store, they may not hang out on the street and go to the park or do whatever it is that kids do these days when they're not, playing Nintendo. This is insane, and it's brilliant. I see what they're doing. I think everybody knows that as bad as federal government is and as bad as state government is, local government is where the real scum of the earth operates. The least educated, the least sane people. I mean, sometimes there are some exceptions. I want to say that we have a great mayor in the place where I live, the little village where I live right now. He is truly a great human being. He is the exception to the rule. They're power mad, they're poorly educated, they're bullies, and they're idiots. I can't think of anything else, any other ways to describe them. So what they have done is they've put this epidemic hysteria in the hands of the local politicians. And the local politicians who have nothing else to do with themselves because they can't get anything done of a practical or useful nature are now making themselves into heroes by saving our great county. We owe the residents of this great county, so we never have to go through this again. We owe this to the residents of our great county. It's Rockland County, man. It's a bunch of malls. Strip malls. I mean, I think Rockland County is a pretty nice place, and I like the people there, but it's a bunch of strip malls. It's not a great county. Give me a break. But anyway, what they're doing is they're putting all kinds of special powers in the hands of people who are too stupid and too unethical to know how to use them correctly. All right? The idea that they're not calling it a quarantine. They're just banning non-vaccinated kids from public places until further notice? Are you kidding me? So when I saw the election fraud in 1997, I said, we better wake up or we're going to be in a world of hurt soon. It took 3 years to get George Bush Jr. in the White House. A liar, a crook, a cheat, a rich kid, draft dodger. And then when Clinton, the great Bill Clinton, was bombing the hell out of the civilians of Yugoslavia, I said, if we don't get a handle on this, the U.S. is going to be bombing the world. And it only took 3 years for that to happen. I'm telling everybody right now, if we don't stand up to this right now, I don't even want to imagine what this country is going to be like in 3 years. If this stuff is not stopped and reversed, I hope there's somebody in Rockland County who is suing the moron that runs Rockland County, the county executive, because if there isn't, I mean, they're going to. Let me tell you where this is going. Okay, they could cook up any vaccine they want now. We have a vaccine against sniffles. We have a vaccine against running noses. And it's an epidemic, and you think I'm joking. And everybody needs to get it, because if you don't get it, you're part of the problem. You're a public health risk. This is a disaster. This is an emergency. Oh, and by the way, we're going to push the envelope a little bit. Last time it was just kids, unvaccinated kids. Now it's everybody. They're already doing it to nurses and doctors, and you have to have the flu shot, the mercury-laden flu shot if you want to go work at the hospital. Okay, they are going to move it. They're going to move the line forward, and it's going to be anybody who wants to go to work, or anybody who wants to ride public transportation, or anybody who wants to go to the store or to their church or walk outside their front yard. That's where this is headed. I mean, I hope it's not, but I have a terrible record of being absolutely right when nobody else is paying attention. I mean, this is a total quarantine. They're treating unvaccinated kids as if they were a health hazard. And not just a health hazard, not just any old health hazard, but a serious, grave, deadly health hazard. And believe me, one county does it, this is coming to your county. They get away with it with kids, they're going to be bringing it to your door soon. So I don't know what to say. If you're in one of these counties, politely, emphatically shake your idiot elected representatives and tell them this is absolutely, positively not acceptable. And I put up a bunch of videos. I hope you've had a chance to watch a couple of them. This is not scientific at all, what they're doing. And I guess I'm going to have to make a whole video just about that, because every video I see is 2 to 4 hours long. God bless them. And nobody's getting to the point fast. There is no science behind this hysteria. None. Zero. So anyway, that's the Brasscheck Special Bulletin.